Your hovel is dim lit even at daybreak. The morning light is pale, suffusing the room with a bluish haze. She's so poetic in the morning. Alack, I've no time for poetry. I'm a minute. I just shut my eye for a moment longer. Are we covered in blood? That's enough. I had a late night, but I've got to get going. What's this in my pocket? A bank draft for 40 shillings? What? The stranger must have handed it over when he brought me home from the Red Lotus. The magician. This character has gained the humility trait and will not be able to detect with select dialogue options. And there's something else as well. The magician tarot card. Must be one of the stranger's mysterious gestures, for I'm not sure it has any tangible function. Having it with me though, I do feel a newfound sense of humility. Any road, the banknote might come in handy. But it's just a bit of paper. It's not liquid capital. I couldn't spend it down at the Palladium. But a more formal establishment would accept the banknote. Clearly the stranger has something in mind that I haven't grasped. Speaking of a bit of paper, what was it I saw in that dream? Let's try to recall. Heloise handed me a note in my mother's script on the off chance that it's still in the records at the Sacred Heart. I better find it. Where's the mud? There we go. A lot going on. That's the banknote. Anyways, save. Window, writing desk, mattress. Let's do the note. What's this? A note from Angelina, and she might have left it she must have left it while I was out. It reads, "Don't delude yourself into thinking I forgot about your rent. If you don't want me to come knocking, then you better pay up soon." Oh crap. That woman won't quit nagging me. Atticus, Angelina's been a fair landlady. You don't want to get thrown out of the street, do you? That crone won't quit either. I better take care of my outstanding rent to Angelina. It's not all that much, 10, and a roof over my head is a necessity. I'll get the money somehow. Mattress. Stuffed with straw and covered with muslin. It does a fair job as long as I'm bone. It's where to sleep. Window. The inside of all the buff is dusty, and outside is fatinated with smoke from the factories. But the glazing bars are well made, and the double panes keep out the frost. How about flicking the snip? Could use some fresh air. No one's crazy enough to call it. They'll come in, crack it open slightly. How should I ponder the scenery? We could use a break. In the distance is the docklands, where the boiling bluster of steam power reigns supreme. The hammer and nail of burgeoning industry, and the bleeding cry of air horns on the steam freighters at the wharf. Deliveries from something, but what exactly? Deliverance from the humdrum repetition of routine. Progress is progress. Excuse me. You know what? Deliverance from nothing. Take me back to the old days. I can never turn back the clock, but it's nice to have a moment to myself now and again. Writing desk. Dust rises up in the beam of daylight, reminding you how reliable and clean your desk is. Me and my tendency to neglect things. Here. Let's look. There's desecrated vellum, dried up reservoir pans, and a few glass jars. Imitation vellum, I hope. The real stuff is made from calfskin, my poor brothers. Anyway, there's nothing mind-altering in the desk. Let's keep looking. Not even some powder cocaine in the cracks. Nothing to raise a hair. Not with my tolerance, but there's something small here at the back of the drawer. Your mother's ring. Oh, the only heirloom you ever had. A silver band with a small sapphire. It was folded in your blanket when you arrived at the orphanage. Instead of pawning that ring to cover my host, Eloise, let me decide what to do with it. The ring knows about my. She gave me this ring when I came of age. I remember we were sitting in the courtyard. I saved it all these years, never knowing what to do with it. Well, taking it. Especially if we have to go to the orphanage. We don't trust this until this ring. Wardrobe. What's this god-awful thing again? Good place for your garments, dear fellow. A respectable cove must be able to dress for any occasion. A well-tailored waistcoat is held in high regard. Rubbish. These fancy jacks can turn up their noses, but in the end, it's confidence that matters. Why is this wardrobe talking to me? This wardrobe has seen many sights come and go, and so many hearts spilled on pages for starving poets, that it must have soaked up these emotions and developed some of its own? I like to believe that, otherwise, it's yet another voice in my head. Open it. The wood paneling shakes as I open the sticky door. Careful, and Selena will charge me. How could I forget? My landlady has the eyes of a hawk, we know from the note. Inside the wardrobe is a wasteland of dust and spiders. Some time ago, my racks were depleted with the finest silks, satins, and linens, bespoke waistcoats, and panelettes, softer than lambskin. Do I sense bitterness from this wardrobe? The wardrobe is upset, and it's no small matter. I sold all my outfits to pay for my last bender. But I don't remember, and that's the bloody point of a bender, isn't it? Anyway, I picked up Nostrum a purposely effective medicine available without prescription. I picked up a Nostrum to detoxify? Right, I've got a bone to pick with that peddler. Nothing but salinated water and snake oil. I ended up needing an emergency dose from Bixby. Babbling to yourself again. Well, I wish you'd fix the cracks in my facsimiles. It's rather draughty. Let's cast my illusion. Sight from the fire, hearing from the ether, smell from the air, and taste from the water. Bully, still haven't lost my edge. What? Oh, I thought we were gonna do the... Did not realize that's what that was. I honestly thought we were gonna do illusion over the bookshelf. Over the wardrobe, bookcase. Right then, lovely smell of books and all that. But don't you have any other interest aside from the bookcase is talking to? Aside from magical lore, how about a novel? Stories, no thanks. I tend to get lost in them. Read the titles. A Minotaur and Me, Travels with Bestie, Greatest Magician, Illusions for Thickles, Spellcasting 101, The Minotaur's Assistant, all you ever need to know about magic, plainless potions and helpful hexes, pureless potions and harmful hexes, ritual world history, panic and peril, the politics of humans and beastly relations, ectoplasm factor fiction, spiritual prophets, how to train your pixie? Alright, let's see. I wonder if two can have the same card. We need courtesan killer. This is just something with the chrome. Hey, Angelina. Visit the... You need to visit the orphanage. 210 Street. The bin? Ah, a weather-beaten receptacle for disposing of refuse. Should I like to reduce the general filth of the East End? I could rid myself of any unwanted items here. What? No. We just got the ring. The sword, spoiled herring. Bank draft. Oh yeah, does this count for our rent? Garrett. Vendor. The watch faces are copper, nickel, and whalebone, with bands of brass links, snakeskin, and minotaur leather. Ruddy Aslan. She's been setting minotaur leather. Take a closer look. The brand is Spoonbacher. Why does that name sound familiar? Ah yes, Spoonbacher of Graz, Austria. This line of automated vendors was quite the fad on the continent when I was a young buck. So I've only ever seen one like it in London. I remember looking at the case and wanting one for myself. At the time, I never had the tin for something so fancy. I was on a bit of a bender that night, and I decided to smash it in. But I couldn't find a brick or a plank or anything else, so I used my fist. Smarted like hell, but I came away with over a dozen of them. What a haul! The engineer I sold them to told me this Spoonbacher chap started out as a watchmaker, but he didn't have the capital to get into the guild. He began making these machines instead, and soon enough, every watchmaker in the country wanted one. He died a millionaire. Above the ornate panel is a kinetic tableau. The default message says "Welcome" by way of rotating wooden squares behind a protective sheet of glass. Oh yeah, we looked at this, didn't we? With Teddy. I suppose there are more feckless uses of one's money than a proper timepiece. But, buy a watch, madam, sir, watch, madam. Sounds like it's in a bad way. We have to save money, let's just leave it for now. Unusually clear puddle? An uncommonly handsome specimen of Homo sapiens gazed up from the perfectly still water. I used to feel I was in control of my life, but now everything's touch and go. I can get back to the straight and narrow. I must get back. I used to hustle quite a crowd with my sidewalk. Let's see, which one do we care about? I was quite adept at street performing back in the day, much preferable to low-level thuggery. There will be a time to focus on a proper job once I set my mind to rest about the orphanage. After that, we'll see. Do you have anything new, anything else about the burned building before we go in the shop? There's a smell of burnt tallow in the air. And a wash bin in the rubble. Perhaps it was a laundry and they forgot to pay Molly her protection money last month. No, this looks to be just a house, but this room may have been the washroom. Even if there was anything salvageable in the rubble, It'll take a team of oxen to lift this crossbeam. I'm really strong, but not that strong. Let's go in the curio shop. Well, she's letting us use the back room. Iron Maiden. A towering coffin of cast iron and spikes. Threatening pain and agony one can never forget. This godforsaken thing gives me chills. It's beautiful. Can you guess what it's used for? Medieval torture, unless it's a trick question. This here is a bloody hoax. It was never used for torture. It was invented in this century. Some clever contractor went around with his prototype trying to get a manufacturer to make it. When the House of Lords got one of the idea, they made sure all of Britain was turning them out, in order to make the present day seem less violent than the past. Good to know, but I still can't imagine who would have ever buy it. A little slice of history, waiting for the right customer to come along. No, but I wanna say there are twisted minds in East End. Somebody will take it off Angelina's hands. Covered wagon. This is one of the Romani's covered wagons. Angelina roamed the British Isles in one of these. Instrument rack. An assortment of instruments is arrayed around the centerpiece of a large harmonium. Some upon racks, some sprayed in a welter on the floor. There are serenettes, kettle drums, and the tambourines. Small hand cranes. Concertinas? Flutes and gobelettes, mandolins, violins, guitars, and bochettes. Even a well-laid set of bagpipes. Believe me, there's not a musical bone in this body. Perhaps not, but the instruments are rather nice to look at. The silver-haired woman bores holes in me with her eyes. Have I done something to upset her? I can't recall. Puh! Psst! You and that cheap illusion. Don't think you can hide from me, Atticus. Well, so much for fooling her. All jesting aside, have you come with the coin you owe me from the monthly rent? Another month already gone. You spent the better half of last month asleep in the gutter. It's no wonder you don't notice the passage of time. Ah. Why would I? No, nope. Sorry, but I need a little bit more time. And Selena grumbles under her breath. I've heard that one before and I quit loitering at the counter. You know, I myself happen upon many different oddities while gapping around London. Perhaps we could work out some kind of trade. I don't think so. What I said in this shop, I come by honestly, more or less. In that case, I apologize. The payment of rent has been unavoidably delayed, but I'll put a plan in motion. Of freaking course. Enough! If I had a farthing For every one of your excuses, I've have retired long ago. If you come around here one more time without it, I'm liable to charge a pretty penny in interest. Now off with you. Let's... Ooh, loot box. A wooden crate engraved with the insignia of a strange instrument. Ah, you aren't supposed to find that. No matter, I doubt you'll be interested. What's that? Why is that? Because I don't know what's inside. You have to buy it to find out. Only... Well... Loot box. Pleasure doing business. You... No, we have to pay you rent, but you're giving us the... Wow. Useless. Obviously. Go to Tenor Street. I guess we're leaving here. Honestly, let's go. I wanna... crap. That's not what I wanted to do. You know what? Maybe we'll get new information if we stay in this disguise. I don't know if I want them to know it's us when we go to the orphanage. Let's stay what we have. Let's stay with the illusion on. Let's save. So Turner Street is where he lives. Train station. A rail station is just down the block from here. Head to the station. Where do we want to go? I want to go to the... Where is the... Let's go to Cable Street. That's where the orphanage is. The Sacred Heart Orphanage sits on a large piece of land off Cable Street, gifted to the parish by a noble family who left for the countryside. The street doesn't get much foot traffic aside from the odd vagrant and the orphan's former pastime of throwing pebbles and rotten fruit from behind the gates, especially at anyone well heeled. At the moment, you're one of the few people here. The ivy clings where it can be chipped and crumbling red brick facade, climbing to the highest reaches, where the church belfry is shuttered by pine flats. If there was ever glass, it was shattered long ago by a mischievous child. You step free of the morning mist and onto the curved street. The orphanage towers above the dry grass and dusty, flat premises inside the gates. The landscape is even more neglected than when you lived here. I wonder if everyone has a different... Gears and cops. I wonder if everyone has a different... script or details for each street. Each area. Let's take them. We'll sell it to Teddy if we need it. Grain sack. This sack could hold a great quantity. This sack could hold a great quantity of grain without tearing. Quality workmanship. Yet you see them everywhere. Grain sack weavers must be among the most unappreciated artisans. Carriage. A pristine, well-kept, horse-drawn carriage. It's hard to beat the elegance of the classics. Better to embrace change. This one's probably owned by old money. I'm checking. Not even locked. The rich are far too trusting of curious passerbys. I doubt 3 shillings is enough to teach any lesson, but it might. A royal mail service. A postman still hand delivers plenty of mail, but if the distance is significant, the automaton carries pigeon dispatches. An automaton carrier pigeon dispatches the letters after being sorted at the local office. Didn't send any letters during my time here. Probably none, in fact. An automaton. Rusted and cast aside, this automaton isn't worth more than his weight in scrap metal. The scavengers must have picked out whatever inner workings were valuable. And now he's just a shell. The poor fellow's really been going through the ringer. Aw. Hold up a tick. Is there something you're forgetting? Huh? What's that? To have a chance at all of getting a peek at your records, you first need to prove who you are. You're currently in human form. Yes, of course. Time for my incantation. Sight from the fire, hear from the ether, smell from the air, and taste from the water. Touch down to the earth and on the floor. Now, on to pressing matters. Oh, we gotta go there after. Let's go here then. Aren't you a pair of handsome fellows? I'm lucky they don't use minotaurs as working animals anymore. Rooms for rent. I should really pay off my rent, otherwise I might have to take a room across from the orphanage. How terribly embarrassing. Huh. More gears and cops. We didn't come here. There's no way we came here. I don't think we did with Teddy. Gather anything we need to sell. It's more honest to get this than to do anything else. I just want to see if there's people who can give us any kind of apple crate, any kind of information. Oh no, let's go then. That's odd. There's still a fresh piece of fruit in here. Take it. That should offset my gin bibbing just a smidge. Alright, orphanage we go. Worry still. Well, with Atticus it makes sense. I don't want to be. Actually, let's see. We're at. If we eat this, the +5 hope, then or content. Where's the gate? Got a nasty scrape on that gate years ago. Glad it's open now. More gears and cog. Shack. Splintered and worn down like everything else around here. Bloody crow, Copper's on the watch. Patience, I just have to use my wits to get inside. Happy we're content or scare them off. You can obviously go through the cellar door, but I want to see what the... Why are you here? And why are you blocking the orphanage? Stone bench. I guess he could be guarding it. A worn stone bench with a modest bit of scroll work. I used to sit here with Helios. Hello? Helois. What's that balled up piece of paper below it? There's a reminder at the bottom. Whoever is swiping out the mouse traps in the cellar would recall that the keys are kept in the groundskeeper's shack. The same angel from my opium dream, more weathered than in my memory. Twin 1, twin 2? Twin 1. Two identical twins are speaking in low voices. They look up and squint suspiciously as I approach. Hey, keep your distance. What do you want, mister? Relax, boys. I grew up here in Sacred Hearts just like you. You're an orphan too, eh? What do you do now? Rag figured by the look of him. Any road looks harmless. I'm Virgil, and this here is Sydney. He's the ugly twin. Can't it, Virgil? I'll beat the tar out of you. Sounds like their parents left these younglings lives before they had time to teach them manners. What is up with this chrome? Or the sisters had to drop the etiquette classes? Why don't we tell them the truth? Let's tell the truth. I don't have a regular job at the moment. I'm trying to track down my real mom, and there are some papers inside Sacred Heart that might help me. Oh, well, if you wanted to get in the office without being spotted, you could use the cellar door. Keys in the shack in the yard. Thank you. Very helpful, thank you. Virgil and Sydney. Fuck her off. We ain't got time for old quiet girls like you. Orphan bar, orphan girl. Oh, what an insufferable pair. I can already tell. Cup of biters with piss poor attitudes. Don't be so judgmental. I was just as rowdy at their age. These two are mulling around the swing set while the other orphans seem to be giving them a wide berth. Give me the dice, Horace, you dullard. It's my turn to roll. Shut up, Trudy. You had your turn. Horace and Trudy appear to be playing the game of dice. Chuckle look, I'd say, though it's hard to tell. Best throw your game before these bobbies get a gander. Piss on the bobbies. What they'll do? Throw us in the slammer for taking this Trollops matchsticks? Yeah, wait a minute. Who are you anyway? My name is Atticus Daly, a former resident of this fine institution. Is that right? We never had a stirk dropping on there before. I bet the sisters were right scared of you back in the day. Oh no. We already know what happened around. Do you know anything about what's going on? Did something wrong occur near the orphanage recently? Horace, I don't think he looks like a copper now, does he? Never can tell, but he's certainly not a centaur, so that's a point of the scale in the right direction. Should we tell him? Yeah, why not? He'll find out sooner or later if he's sniffing around for long enough. Alright. Dead of night. Up in the dorm, see? 3 big luggers came and snipped little Julie from her bed? So off goes Birdie chasing her, so they nip him too. Sakes alive, it was better than the henpenny show at the promenade. Appreciate the information. Anytime, Mr. Atticus. Nah, that's a funny name. Let's say goodbye. Be seeing you then. Not if we see you first. Yeah, watch out. If we see you first, might get pelted with the chestnut out of thin air. Now, where I'll leave that slingshot? Gyro kite? Washed up on shore and half buried in the hilt, a flying machine sticks out the water. Let's take a close look. There's some sort of mechanical artifact embedded in the machinery, but I haven't Mine for other engineering hoo-ha. Cherub planes. Based on the abundance of rusted errant hobnails, the artist must know well enough to avoid this contraption. Leo's Memorial. Leonardo Leo Longo, rest in peace, old friend. I wish I'd been around for you when it happened. I wonder what happened really. Maybe there are some records around here that will say how he died? Was that the unmarked grave? This child's soul had long departed by the time they were buried. There was no sense in christening him. Few things are as frightening as having nothing to be remembered by. It needs to lighten up. Good thing I escaped before they could bury me in an unmarked grave. It's doubtful. I'm heading for a glamorous funeral now, though, unless I change a few things. Helios grave. A headstone sits quietly in the mossy earth. This woman was kind to me, no matter the dark thickets of trouble I wandered in. I'm overtaken by a chill in the air. What is this weird shimmering? Sister Helios Lamel. She helped me listen to a deeper heartbeat, once born out of aether, possessed with the rift of magic. Ooh, I'm ready to bring Helios closer to this world, if only for a few moments. Connect with Helios. Please let us roll right. Beautiful. There, I've done it, but her speech is rather faint, no lighter than the rustling of branches overhead. Uniquely poised to deal with the troubles befalling the unfortunates of the docklands. For a flickering instant, I saw her face. Not just the orphans, but the crowded poor of the tenements, beset by illness, and the midnight streetwalkers so easily snatched up for dissection, so that a young doctor might make his qualifications? The wagons rattled through the slums by night, and under the soiled sheets, still shuddering forms with no family to claim them, easy prey, cut to pieces in the name of healing generations yet unborn. Please don't tell me this is the doctor. Oh yeah, that was her alright, and the blasted crone. But the voices was cold and distant, the words garbled. I can't make sense of them. We're listening. It's nothing but my imagination now. Helios is gone, if I imagine she was ever here. Mausoleum. Judging by the engraved record, this old block house, a family of four, must have been the lord of the land and his family. They all died in the same year, a not uncommon occurrence in these times, thanks to the plague. The land was no doubt donated afterwards to Sacred Heart. But what's this? A silver cufflink with a Royal Navy insignia and the initials GF? Better to leave it here, though it wouldn't be the first place I nicked something from Sacred. Let's leave it. Sure, the man who lost the hair will retrace his steps to the mausoleum. Maybe we should have took it. We're going in the shack first, and then we'll see what the cop wants to say. I think we did the stone bench, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Shack. The key should be in here somewhere along with the deal of spiders. Search for the keys. Dark in there, I don't like it. This will just take a moment. Ah, the keys weren't even hidden right on the hook behind the door. I should probably return these keys later on, maybe to someone in charge. someone who might even hide them a little better. Any road, I'll be able to use the cellar door now. Okay. Huh. Let's talk to him before we even try